All right, we've made it to the custom audience part of Facebook. Personally, this is my favorite part of Facebook marketing because this is when you get to apply the strategy into some tactics. So in this video, I want to explain how the custom audiences work holistically in Facebook marketing and what we are hoping to accomplish with them. And then the subsequent videos that will follow will show you each custom audience that I recommend you create yourself. So the first video will be a couple minutes of instruction, and then the last 3 or 4 videos, whatever it comes out to be, will actually be diving into Facebook and creating some custom audiences for you. So when I think of custom audiences, I think of buckets, okay? And buckets that hold who you want to see your ads. So on the left bucket, you might have it be people who are pre-foreclosure or who are in risk of foreclosure, and maybe that is females to males in the 50 to 65 range. Okay, so that's one bucket. The second bucket may be anybody who has seen one of your ads previously, who has clicked on it, but never gave you their information. Okay, so you can start to kind of think about all these different use cases where you might want to market to somebody, and you can put them in these buckets. And the cool thing is, and Facebook allows you to stack the buckets in each other. So in that last example, we could say, show this ad to anybody who is in pre-foreclosure, 50 to 65, who has clicked an ad previously and not opted in, right? So you can kind of see the power behind that. So but you have to understand how ads, custom audiences work in the ad framework. And so at the top level, campaign, which is what we basically tell Facebook what we want to be charged for and or what kind of action we're trying to drive off of Facebook. And we'll cover that in the next module. And then it goes down to the ad set level. And this is where we determine the custom audiences, okay? Again, these are the buckets. And then from below the ad set level, we have our ads. So you can have multiple ads targeting that one bucket, or again, stacking on the buckets. So don't worry, this will make more sense going into it, but I want you to kind of start thinking about where the custom audiences fit in the ad hierarchy. So once we are in Facebook and we're actually starting to create these, this is the options that Facebook gives us for custom audiences. This is subject to change. You'll notice the last 2 are pretty new in the last 6 months, but I'm going to go through the 3 that I think real estate professionals need to know about and what you can create and why you create some of these audiences. All right. Okay, yeah. So I was pointing out here, customer file, website traffic, and engagement. Those are the ones we're going to cover here. All right, so the first one, customer file. In my opinion, this is the best data to show ads on Facebook, and it's because you already have it. You have to understand that Facebook is a huge buyer of data, right? So they go out to these third-party companies and they buy, credit scores, what kind of cars people drive, all that kind of stuff, and then they give it to us to run ads. But it's kind of behind a mirror, if you will. So we can't really see, exactly how that data is put together or exactly like the connection between all that. But if you have a direct mail list, chances are that data is more accurate or is more targeted. I shouldn't say accurate, but like more targeted to what you're actually using it for. If you're an agent and you have a leads list that you bought from somebody or have just been building over the last couple of years, that is probably your best source of data. So I would always encourage you to start there. If you have, 1,000, 2,000 people on a list, create a custom audience from a customer file. You upload it, and I'll show you how in another video. You click a couple boxes, and then you can show ads to those people. One big thing to mention, anytime you create any kind of custom audience, you need 1,000 people to be in it for Facebook to show ads to it. That is to make it so it's not too specific and you kind of get into some legal issues if your ads are way too specific to somebody's financial or they're trying to avoid against discriminatory type policies. So that tangent aside, customer files, always start there if you can. Next, website traffic. So this is commonly referred to as retargeting. So anybody who's come to your website before, you can create a custom audience, and even on specific pages. So if they've been to your homepage but they haven't been to your thank you page, you can create an audience. If they've been to your blog, you can create an audience. The other thing that's really powerful about the website traffic is if you're doing other marketing efforts. So for instance, like AdWords pay-per-click, bandit signs, if you are a local agent and you do a meetup or you are sponsoring your child's baseball team or whatever, and people come to your website to check you out, you can then retarget them on Facebook. So that means show them ads on Facebook. So that's the number one thing about setting up the pixel as early as possible, and then going in and creating a custom audience for anybody that visits your website, and you can start building that bucket of people to show ads to. Okay? And then finally, engagement. This is somewhat new. I'm really glad that Facebook allows us to retarget these people. So this is anyone who engages with your content on Facebook and Instagram. That can be by either clicking on your page, so learning more about you, clicking an ad, a comment, messaging you, looking at your profile on Instagram, any of that kind of stuff. So if they interact with you, you can put them in a bucket because they've indicated some kind of interest with you and your brand. All right. So now that that's all out of the way, in the next video, I'm going to start showing you how to build some of these custom audiences on Facebook. So we'll see you over there.